Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again thank you for stopping by. So here's the video I've been looking forward to. Not the video, but actually finishing the Tamiya Blitzer Beetle. Blitzer Beetle. This is a re-kit from 2011, and in today's video we're going to finish it. But before we do, I have to give a massive shout out again to EuroRC for sponsoring today's video. EuroRC can be found across all the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and of course their main website. All links and contact information will be in the pinned comment of this video and this video's description. And also, please don't forget, if you use EuroRC, please use our Tamiya Legends 5% promo discount code. That would be much appreciated by me. So yeah, let's get into this. So if you didn't see the last video, we just did the full chassis build. There's a steering servo and the motors in there. The video after this one will be running this car, but yeah, it'll be very basic 540 motor on 2S because winter's here. Now, winter's here, which is going to make this shell quite difficult to paint. So I'm not too sure what the overall finish is going to look like. The box art paint for this is TS14, which is just black. I had a quick look through the manual to see what's involved because obviously it's a hard shell. Now, I thought it was just a case of blasting it over in black, sticking all the bits on, but the box art, the window surrounds are silver. I think silver. Yeah, silver. I didn't want to go to that extent with this one because this is a runner. But I know if I don't do it, I'll kick myself later. Although it is something I could go back to. So in this video, it's going to be a suck it and see to whether I actually do the window surrounds or not. I know I should do, but I'm just feeling a little bit lazy on this one because it is a runner. I don't know. So first port of call, I'm going to clean this body up. I'm going to dig out, there's four, well, top of my head there's the back lights I've got to find and paint the same colour black, sunroof, and there's something else, and the front and back number plates. I believe that's all TS14, so it makes sense to get that out of the way first. And then I'll come back when that's all dry and we'll figure out what we're going to do next. Right, just before we get started, I thought I'd just show you this quickly. These are the parts, the body set parts. So obviously we've got the gorgeous decals, we've got the three-sided windscreen, and then on top of that we've got a little part lights, front lights and rear lights. Sorry, I'm just thinking off camera about the rear lights if I was going to do it differently, but no. Anyway, and then we've got this awesome nose cone which you don't paint. Now here was a little surprise. I thought I was going to have to paint the window wipers. They're actually orange. That's cool. I didn't realise that, so that's just a case of gluing those on. Then we've got the chrome pieces which again get glued on, and then you've got your main tree which is your two-piece head, the body, sunroof, both bumpers, steering wheel, and rear lights, and the the rear number plate sort of cover. So yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including the body, so there's 6 pieces to paint in the TS paint first of all. So yeah, let's get that done. Right, that's the paint on the shell. Definitely not my best work, but again, I'm not overly bothered. It's a runner. It's shiny enough for me. There's a couple of blemishes in it, but hopefully a few decals will cover that up. What else we done? We've pretty much got the driver figure finished. So a couple of light coats of white by the brush, so the black comes through it. You get that used look. I've just left the gloves black. I'm leaving the steering wheel black. You don't see it. Seat belts I've gone for navy blue. The box art for the helmet for the driver is X3, and that should be royal blue. Don't have that colour, so more of a navy blue I've gone for. And obviously I've done flesh face. So yeah, navy blue seat belt. So that's the driver done. Obviously I've just got to wait for it to dry. Then we take it off parts tray, touch it up, glue the two pieces of the head together, wait for that to dry, and then glue the head onto the driver, and then when that's all dry, the actual driver gets glued in as well. TS whatever it is 14 on the bits that I've got to go on the shell. Number plate surrounds, just gone over the edges in silver. The middle's all covered with a decal. So that's the paint. Now, interestingly enough, I said about the window surrounds and I got it wrong in the instructions. Let's see if I can bring this down a little bit. So yeah, what they're saying is XF1 for the window surrounds, and XF1 is flat black. So that's completely pointless to me. I've got to be honest. I'm going to all that hassle of masking the window surrounds and then painting it black, matte black. You won't see it. If I did that, you probably wouldn't even see it from this distance. So not doing that. Had it been silver, I may have done it. Now, once I've ran this and I've sort of used and abused it a little bit, and it's time for the shelf, I may well mask and go silver, because I do think that would be pretty cool, but again, it's not really box art. Anyway, so yeah, that's all the paint on. So letting that dry now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the nose cone up, which is again gluing but bits on. So it's a chrome surrounds, the lenses, glue a number plate on. Yeah, it's pretty crazy actually, the amount of glue. And then we'll glue, oh sugar, I've missed a bit. I'm supposed to paint the 3 different colours, red, orange and white, on the lenses. I'll do that quickly now, and then that can be drying, and then we'll build a nose cone up. Right, a little bit more progress. So we've got we did the 2 decals. It says the decals to do last, but not on these number plates. So I'll put the decal on and the surround on, that's gluing. Front one's gluing as well, and the lights and lenses just pop in, but I have had to put a little bit of glue to them as well. Also, if I turn the camera around, I've got the driver figure gluing up now. It's a fiddly process, and I don't know if you can see, but I've put a bit of paint on them. Not the best at all. Kind of rushed this one, but it'll look great when it's finished. So, and the sunroof is glued in, and that's got like a totally different colour to it, which is frustrating. You won't see that from a distance. So looking at the instructions now, I would normally decal the body and then put all the bits on it, but the instructions are telling you not to do that, to build the shell up completely and then decal it. Now I know I need the nose cone on to decal it, but you don't need anything else. So a little bit unsure. So I think what we'll do next, we'll fit the nose cone and the windscreen, and then we will glue the window wipers. I'll leave the mirrors. There's a VW badge to do, and the number plate, rear number plate cover, and the lights. Let's glue all that on, and then we'll go from there. Right, latest progress. So windscreen's in, VW chrome badges on, obviously the front nose cones on, and the window wipers are on. Now I know you don't get orange window wipers, but these are toy cars, remember, and it just seems such a waste, with it being such a vibrant car, not to paint over that orange on the window wipers. I think that looks rather cool. Yeah, I really like that. What else? Oh, and then on the back we've got the lights and the light for the rear number plate. So that's looking really cool. Gives you stickers, black stickers to stick over the top of those 2 holes, and then one at the front, because it's got, obviously this body was made for other cars. But yeah, I'm loving that. That's awesome. So I've got the chrome mirrors to go on yet, but that'll be the last thing. So I guess it's either cut the decals or fit the driver. I may as well fit this driver figure in, and then just leave the shell alone for an hour, cut the decals out or whatever, and then in theory that's the end of it, isn't it, I think? But obviously then the decaling. Alright, let's stick that driver in. Alright, that's the driver figure glued in. Looks pretty cool actually. I've super glued him in, so he'll probably fall out as soon as I pick him up. But yeah, that looks pretty cool indeed. Right, so that is everything apart from the chrome wing mirrors, which don't glue on, which I'm just going to leave to the end. I've also forgot I've got tyre writing and some decals for the tyres to do. But yeah, I think I'll crack on cutting the decals out now, because there's quite a lot. I'll show you them if you've not seen them. So there's all those to do. That's going to be quite tricky, I think, getting those flames, but anyway, we'll take our time. But yeah, so far that is pretty awesome, to be honest. And then, you know, me being me, I wanted to see it on the chassis. I couldn't wait. That looks awesome. That really does look good. It's nice and shiny. I know the paintwork's not the best, but it's also not bad. It's black though, it just picks up the dust, doesn't it? That looks awesome. And right now, I don't know why I'm trying to defend myself for these orange window wipers. I think they look awesome. I don't know why you would paint them a different colour. You know, because it matches the wheels and the nose cone. Yes, we very happy with that. Now I should just leave this thing alone now and let everything harden. But look at that. Oops. Yeah, that's really cool. Really cool indeed. Why do I always do this? Can't help myself. It's like sniffing tyres and pushing suspension down and spinning diffs. You gotta see what it looks like, haven't you? Anyway, now I'll cut the decals out. Right, just took a quick detour and did the tyre writing and then put the decals on, just because it's a little bit more time consuming. So all we've done is done the super gripper on the actual tyre, and then I've used the MCI BF Goodrich decals. Had to cut off, there's usually a mud terrain TA, but I've cut that off just so it looks a little bit better. That's what I did when I did the Stadium Thunder. But yeah, they look awesome. I really like them. I will be doing them again. I shouldn't really do this because I'm going to run it and it's winter. Should really do this last, but yeah, today, end of this video, I want to sort of see it finish. So no doubt I will have to do a tyre writing again, and probably decals will come off on the running video, but it doesn't matter. Right, now let's make a start on the body shell. Wowzers, they're not the easiest decals to put on. So on this section there's three. There's the one that goes across with the centre bit, and then there's a bit that goes in the indents, one either side. And it's not meant to be straight, in case you're looking. It's more over this side and there. That's how it is. That's tricky. That's tricky. Little bit disappointed in the colour match. I've just checked the manual again to see if this is supposed to be painted, but it's not. But that's not really close, is it? Now, don't get me wrong. I think when it's all finished, it looks awesome. But yeah, that's it's not difficult, but just this bit, getting these to line up, it's not the easiest. Right, so that was 1, 2 and 3, was it? That was 1, yeah, 1, 2 and 3. So number 4, where's number 4? I'm looking and I'm not seeing. Oh, so number 4 is the main side. That's interesting, because there's a bit that's got to go on here. So that's the bit that goes here, 7. So number 4 goes here. Number 5 is the opposite side, and then number 6 is the opposite side to this. Always best following Tamiya's numbers, to be honest. It may well give us some. Let's have a look. Ah, yeah, I can see now. So it's these big ones. So that will line up against. So there's a hinge to cut out down here, which is that, and then obviously the circle is the wing. Okay. Right, in fact what I'll do is I'll put them on, and I'll also put this bit on, because there is more flames after that, but that's that front end, which is a tricky bit. Right, not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, I found these tricky, not just the cutting out of them, but you know, the placement, follow the numbers, but it's that hindsight thing. You would have done something, you know, you'd have done it slightly different. So you put the sides on first. Now obviously you've got the line at the bottom to go by, you've got the hinge that's cut out, and then you've got the guard line. This side's better than the other side. So you put that on, and then you've got this big front one here, which you've got to kind of match up here, and then all the way around. But as you can see down there, got a tiny little bit of black showing through. And then on the other side, where is it? A little bit of black showing through there. It's not end of the world. I'm really not bothered. From a distance and certain angles, it's going to look absolutely mint. But yeah, that was quite tricky. But it does look good, I have to say. So what I'll do is, we've got a few more of these flames, or whatever you call them. There's 3 to go on the roof and 1 to go at the back on each side. So we'll get them done, and then it's the easy decals after that. Right, I can report that's the end of the splat decals, which I'm happy about. So there's an extra one here, 1 down there. Obviously 3 on the roof that cover the sunroof, and then just 1 on that side. So yeah, that's it with all the splats on. Looks really cool. It's really vibrant. It definitely does look the business. I'm loving my orange window wipers. So yeah, we've got quite a lot of little decals to go on now. There's full rear windscreen gets done up in advertisement. There's a big contagious to go across the front. Anyway, yeah, so let's cut all those decals out, and I'll come back when it's finished. And that, my friends, is the shell finished. And what an eyeful it is. Way more decals than I anticipated. I misjudged this one massively. So new ones, obviously a decal Beetle at the front, contagious, driver's name. I've got the chrome mirrors on now. Sponsorship decals down here, full window of it. Blitzer Beetle on the top. There's also a little Blitzer Beetle at the back. You get 5 or 6 spare decals, but it's up to you if you want to use. So I've only used 1 of them, and that's because I never showed you. They give you 3 very small black decals to cover the 2 holes at the back and 1 at the front. So I thought I'll just go over that. It don't cover them fully, but I think it kind of takes your eye off them. Yeah, very, very cool. Really, really like it. There is those 2 errors. A tiny little bit of black showing through down there. And then the other side's a little bit, well, it's not worse, it's just higher. But again, it's no biggie. Right, let us dig the wheels back out. Let's get the wheels on the chassis and the body on the chassis and see it finished. And that is D for done. That's awesome. I 100% know it's not coming across on camera as good as it looks in real life. Cameras just don't pick up the colours, the vibrancy of it. God, that looks really good. Really, really, really good. The obvious thing I am disappointed with, apart from the 2 sort of errors I made, is the colour difference. And there's a bit of a gap there. I wonder if I could bring that up slightly. Oh, I've pushed that down. Okay. I'll do that off camera. That gap's not nearly as bad now. I'll work on that afterwards. But yes, oh my goodness, it's an absolute eyeful, this thing. Yeah, really, really liking it. Stick in the comments what you think, my friends. It's I've got something to say about it anyway. I'll do that in the outro at the end, because we are just about done. So there's a few little things. I've got to clean the shell up. I've got dust sticking to it left, right and centre. But I mean, it is black, isn't it? Yeah, that is really, really cool. I am really happy with that. God, you don't want to run it. I actually said at the beginning, it's not like a sand scorcher body with all amount of detail on it. No, it's not as hard to paint, but it's obviously the sand scorcher's decals are minimal. This is all the decals, but yeah, absolutely love it. And we'll call that done. Honestly, over the moon with it. Absolutely love it. Now, the very first video I did with this when it arrived was I just put a picture of the box, the opposite side, with a question mark, and the video was called the most asked to see car on the channel by the viewers. And that's a fact. Because all the comments over the years, there's a lot of people, have you done a so-and-so yet? Have you built a so-and-so? And there's a few different ones, but this is always up there. Though this is number one by a massive stretch. And then obviously when I got contacted by RORC, I went through what they had and I saw this and I was like, and it was more for, I don't want to say it was for you, because that's wrong, but it was like, all right, so many people have asked, because it was never really on my radar for the collection or to have one. But the whole point of me saying that is, now I understand why, because, and I don't know if the camera's doing it justice, I hope it is, but now when it's in front of me I fully get it, because it is an incredible looking RC car. It really is. My favourite has always been on this chassis, the Stadium Thunder. I've done a couple of them on the channel, and it's, you know, it's got the neon yellow and the yellow wheels. Looks sweet. And I don't know, I just, because I love the Stadium Thunder, this never really floated my boat. But I've done a big U-turn, I get it, I understand it. It's a really, really, really good looking RC car. So yeah, leave in the comments what you think. I need to polish it up now, it's filthy already. Yeah, I think the decals on the wheels, I just love it. I think it's perfect. Shame about me couple of little errors, but and the difference from the decal to the actual orange, but it's no biggie. It really isn't. You know, I'm being very sort of nitpicky. But yeah. So next time you see this, we'll have it out running. Don't know when that'll be, because winter's here, and I'm not just going to pick any old day and take it out there. I want to have a really decent-ish run with it. Standard 540, but we'll run it on 2S to give it a little bit more oomph. So yeah, just first of all, lastly I should say, a massive thank you again to RORC, especially on this video, because yeah, you've given me something I actually didn't know I wanted in my collection. But yeah, over the moon, absolutely over the moon to have one now. Yeah, so I'm starting to nerd out and I'm dribbling on as I do. So my friends, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget, RORC's details are in the pinned comment and this video's description, and our 5% discount promo code is in there. So if you're going to buy anything from RORC, use that promo code. Please save some money. And as always, my friends, happy RCing.